Imagine there's no Kobe. It's easy if you try. No Tim Duncan to speak of, and never an AI. Imagine there's no players worthy of the NBA.
Oh, I like that!
For those of you watching X Play religiously, I'm talking to you, Sessler Rocks 420. You know we previewed And One Street Ball maybe, 58 times. And One Street Ball should be out later this year. We expect And One Street Ball to be released sometime this summer. And One Street Ball coming soon. Be on the lookout for And One Street Ball. But here's the official X Play review of And One Street Ball. And believe me, it's worth the wait. Clearly, if you're watching X Play in the afternoon, you flip by ESPN and seen And One players doing their thing in semi-packed gyms around the country. And One Street Ball focuses on players who themselves focus on ball handling instead of actual abilities.
What a move! What a move!
The players can't make the NBA. They can't make the Globetrotters. Heck, they can't even make any shots.
Excuse me, Adam Sessler.
Hey, it's four-time NBA champion Shaquille O'Neal.
I just want to say, I'm a champion. And Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb are the best dynamic duo on basic cable.
Hey, Shaq, are you 3 years old? Because you piggybacked on Dwayne Wade's back all playoffs.
I'm a champion.
Stay out of my house,
Thanks, Shaq. Sadly, there are no champions in And One Street Ball.
in your face.
The best part of this game is breaking the ankles. That's when you fake out your defender to get past him. But since there's no defense in And One, really, what's the point?
Somebody call a doctor, because that move was sick.
Oh, so that's what happened to Sinbad. We know it's always nice to perform goofy little tricks with the basketball, but it seems pretty silly. No, it seems extremely silly when the gameplay looks like this.
Oh, yeah, that works.
However, it does take you all over this glorious planet. Mystical, far-off lands like Oakland or New Jersey. Huh, this game kind of smells like Jersey.
What the F, Sessler? Come down here and say that.
I love you, Johnny Cakes.
And One Street Ball is fun for maybe 3 minutes. Then you really want to play with the professionals. You want your Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. Heck, we'll take Kwame Brown at this point. But they just ain't here.
You couldn't hang if you was a poster.
I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion of the world. Isn't that right, Freddie?
Freddie Mercury's dead, Shaquille, and he has nothing to do with basketball.
I hate Kobe.
Yes, Shaq, you hate Kobe, and we hate And One Street Ball.
I told you, dog, I ain't no joke.
Yes, you are. We give And One Street Ball 2 flashes over substance out of 5.
Backdoor, dunk all day.
On the surface, Bad Day LA has the makings of a cool game. It's a third-person shooter that tells the story of a homeless man trapped in LA on a day where everything goes wrong.
Get off the freeway, you retard!
There's a terrorist attack and an earthquake. Meteors, fires, superhuman villains, giants, and zombies. Yes, of course there's zombies.
Eat me. You want to eat me.
Okay, so you're thinking the hero is an action hobo, and he has to traverse an entire city while fighting off gangs, the undead, and just about every other possible world-ending event all in one day. Awesome. I'm in, like Osama is into Whitney Houston.
Oh, man! Don't talk about your pickle to me!
Then you play it. Suddenly, Bad Day LA is your bad day because you actually paid money for it. Although the cinematics would lead you to believe this game is gonna have a real smooth, cool, and unique look, this doesn't translate to the actual gameplay. The bland graphics are akin to the type of game that you get free from Kool-Aid for sending in 5 proofs of purchase labels from your Grapleberry Blitz.
Another one bites the dust!
As cool as it might sound to play through a game as a battle-ready homeless guy, consider this. Do you really want to take the hero's journey with a guy who probably smells like part of that journey is never having to say I wiped properly?
Something ain't right. Oh, moldy breakfast burrito done up my pipes. Ooh.
Your main objective in this game involves a fair amount of outright murder, but at its core, you really just have to help people. In fact, of all the generic, same-as-it-ever-was weapons in this game, for instance, the shotgun that you'll have to shoot drug dealers with up to 5 times in order to bring them down, you'll probably use the gauze the most. Yeah, that's right, I said gauze, which you'll use to bandage and heal the panicked denizens of LA. Why? To earn smiley faces, because isn't that what hobos are all about? Even the murderous railway ones? Sometimes when a game is just downright bad, a little humor can be its saving grace.
Damn, girl. You so fat when you cross the street. Cars look out for you.
Not here. The jokes in this game are as tired as the sick kid that tags along with you the whole time, puking on people as a weapon. I'm not gonna say that all the jokes we say on X-Play are mature or thought-provoking, but the constant references to fine asses and mud butt in Bad Day LA get to be a bit much.
If you don't want to see it in mud butt, you best close your eyes.
Bad Day LA took a great apocalyptic premise, set it in a city that couldn't be more deserving of an apocalypse, and then totally crapped in their proverbial hobo trousers.
That's the way we do it.
Bad Day LA gets a 1
Earthquake,
out of 5.
and that, boys and girls, is your lesson for the day.
In 1992, Nintendo dropped Mario is Missing for the PC, and it was later ported to the NES and Super Nintendo. If you were to make a list of what's fun about Mario, it would include running, jumping, and wearing vaguely erotic animal suits. This game includes none of those things. Mario is Missing is an educational game designed to teach school children about geography, and it's about as fun as it sounds. How fun is that exactly? Well, it's approximately as enjoyable as being kicked in the groin while playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Mario is missing, and so is the fun. Which brings us to Yoshi's Cookie, an apathetic puzzle game that Nintendo regurgitated onto the Game Boy and NES in 1992. First off, having a male dinosaur who craps out eggs is a stupid idea. Secondly, this is a bad Dr. Mario ripoff. Your goal is to mix and match cookies to achieve the highest score possible. Honestly, Nintendo, a cookie party? Why don't you just ask players to wear a dress? Gamers needed this like a diabetic needs an Andes mint milkshake with lard on top. But as bad as that was, the most egregious abortion ever spawned for the Mushroom Kingdom is Luigi's Mansion. When Nintendo launched the GameCube in 2001, players were greeted not with a Mario game, but with a Luigi game. That's sort of like going to a Rolling Stones concert, only to find out Rascal Flatts is filling in. It was impossible to play the game without constantly being reminded of what we really want for a system launch. A new Super Mario adventure where we can explore a trippy fantasy universe. Instead, we get his low-energy younger brother sucking up ghosts with a vacuum. But even though these game blew and sucked, Mario mistakes are actually quite few and far between, and for that, we're thankful. Here we go! Just what are the worst TV show video games of all time? Let's just turn on the telly and see. The Dukes of Hazzard. Just two good old boys that never meant to do harm. Until this game. A game so bad you long for the Johnny Knoxville movie classic, Jackass 2. Sure, all the Hazard residents are here, the inbred cousins, their drug-addled touchy-feely uncle, the backwoods law enforcement, rednecks. They're so funny. But the game isn't. The storyline is weak, and basically it's just driving around Hazard County. Not a lot to do in Hazard County. At all. Let's see what else is on. What the hell is this? Starsky and Hutch? Yeah, I remember this nightmare. Who are the ad wizards that came up with this one? A combination of a 70s show your great-grandparents smoked opiates to enjoy, cel-shaded graphics, and the same gameplay level after level. No amount of Huggy Bearness can save this atrocity. Turn on CBS.
Welcome to CSI Miami.
David Caruso. Certainly the star of Jade wouldn't be involved in a subpar video game like CSI Miami, would he? This is nothing more than a point-and-clicker with easily solved mysteries, and throwing an alligator into the mix doesn't make things better. The biggest crime here? David Caruso only appears at the beginning and end of each case.
Nice job. Catch your breath, then we'll put your talents to work on another case.
I can see the misery in his lifeless eyes. CBS is making me sleepy. Put on MTV. Pimp My Ride. Of course, Exhibit is in this game. It's a paycheck. And yes, you do get to pimp rides, so the title is truthful. But there's also that special filler you get like slow drive-bys and dance-offs. A pointless game. But man, doesn't that car look pimped out.
Oh my god, that is banging! XT with a man.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. Actually, this game doesn't belong here. We liked it.
You kidding me? Like that on his street?
Woke up this morning and bought myself a bad video game. The Sopranos, a gangster video game. There's a new concept. In 92. Playing one of Big Pussy's thousands of illegitimate kids, you play a low-level Skell and Tony's crew. How mother bleepin' original. You think hanging out with little Steven and Polly Walnuts would be entertaining.
You stupid
It's the same old running around, beating up goons, and ordering fine cuisine. But at least there's Vito. I don't love you, Johnny Cakes. I really don't. TV shows and video games, they really go well together, and they keep coming day after day, one after another. When will the madness end? Just turn it off. Okay, can we kill the theatrics? Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters are cool, but they have nothing to do with this game. That's better. Star Wars Galaxies is the most anticipated massively multiplayer game this year, so we expected to be a little disappointed, and sure enough, we were. First of all, this is a big game with a lot of content, but unfortunately, with every so-called innovation in the game comes a setback. Okay, that's not entirely true. There is some stuff that's just plain good. As you can see, Star Wars Galaxies is beautiful. The worlds you get to run around in are lush and believable. Unless you're on Tatooine, which is barren and believable. They're big too. So big that getting from one town to another is a ludicrously long trek. To demonstrate, I'll take my little blue Mon Calamari guide to Anchorhead. Riveting, isn't it? Can't seem to find a vehicle. Oh, that's because there aren't any in this game.
Hey, Adam, the guy playing Urkel is going to be on the screensavers.
This looks like a job for Auto Run. Have fun on the way to Anchorhead. Now, while I was gone, my character got into 2 fights, was incapacitated once, but finally made it to the town of Anchorhead. Yes, Star Wars Galaxies is so advanced, you don't even need to play it to play it. Critters roam around the landscape and have apparently mastered proper use of punctuation. Character creation is no less impressive. You can choose from 8 different races, and each is very customizable. Sexy. Many people are calling this game EverQuest with Wookiees, but in EverQuest, improving your character is centered squarely on combat and gaining levels. Galaxies rewards you for doing whatever it is you want to do. Want to get good with your blaster? Use it. Want to score with the ladies? Get to the nearest cantina and show them your best moves. Oh my God, my eyes! Oh my eyes! Unfortunately, you still have to do a ton of boring, repetitive tasks to become good at anything in this game. It's really no different than any other game of this type. I mean, how many times do we have to say it? Killing hundreds of little space creatures just isn't fun. Unless they're Jawas. Come here, you little hooded punk. This is for selling me the droid with a bad motivator. In case you had your eyes closed there, combat looked silly, especially when you're trying to shoot a critter that's chewing on your ankles. A marksman with a blaster rifle should not have to run in terror from a little kitty. Here my Wookiee warrior is killed by butterflies. Butterflies! And the entertainers? The less said about them, the better. Oh, for God's sake, let the Wookiee dance! The big problem with this game is that it just doesn't feel much like Star Wars. It's a functioning, massively multiplayer game that's been hosed down with Star Wars juice, and that's about it. You never feel like there's a point to playing this game outside of improving your character. The saving grace in this game is the community of players. These people are friendly, helpful, and not nearly as nerdy as we expected. In the coming months, the developers have promised all kinds of improvements. We'll hope for the best, but we've heard that promise before. At this time, the most we can see giving Star Wars Galaxies and Empire Divided is a disappointing 2 out of 5. Terminator franchise, you gave us a bleak post-apocalyptic future to look forward to. And cyborgs. And you gave us the Governator. Now you've given us a crappy game, too. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Atari undoubtedly thought that they hit software gold when they nabbed the Terminator 3 license. After all, a first-person shooter where you play as Arnold sure seems like a winner. But aside from the cutscenes where you stare into the governor's cold, dead eyes, there's nothing pleasant about this. So thanks, Atari. Thanks a lot.
Your gratitude is not required.
The game's story basically mirrors the plot of the T3 movie. Protect John Connor, fight the sexy TX, watch Arnold flex his impressive dramatic muscle.
I was originally designed for assassination missions.
But guess what? You also get to play as Arnold in the future, and the future looks like crap. There's so many little things wrong here, it's hard to enjoy any of it. The first-person viewpoint feels dangerously claustrophobic and disjointed, and the controls are woefully twitchy, making it difficult to play right from the start. I think I hit him. As you can see, muddy, grainy graphics just look dull and low res, and many of the levels are filled with boring gauntlet run sequences where you mow down enemies with bad AI.
Outstanding.
Thank God batteries from the future are just lying around on the lawn. Then there's the part of the game where you fight the TX in hand-to-hand combat. It ends up looking like some absurd version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, or the Three Stooges. She's not so pretty without her skin, is she? I guess some ladies don't respond well to inappropriate touching. The Governator has partied too hard. It doesn't help that half the time the Terminator and the TX look like they're at the junior prom. This game is so bad, it made John Connor nauseous. But why not watch some more T3? Here's the governor pointing a gun at an old lady. Here's the governor punching a woman. Here's the governor shooting police officers in a church. And now he's blowing up police cars with his fists. Who thought this was a good idea?
I'm not authorized to answer your question.
Okay, what the heck was Atari thinking?
I'm not authorized to answer your question.
Can you tell me anything?
I killed you.
What the hell is he talking about? Despite its star power, we give Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines an apocalyptic 2 out of 5.
I'm back.
Oh, shut up and slash a budget or something. This is Aquaman. Doesn't look like Aquaman to me. This is Aquaman. You know, the Luke Skywalker boyishness, the tasteful scaly orange mixed with the industrial green of his gloves. This guy, he's got a blonde mullet and a claw hand. What happened? A horrible disaster at a Skinner concert? Now, if you think the Fishman looks bad, check out the game. You swim, and you fight. Swim more, then fight. That's it, and it still barely works. Reminds me of another famous superhero game, the abominable Superman 64. Looks like the Man of Steel's got a buddy. Now, we all know that Aquaman's superpower is that he can talk to fish. Look what happens when the concentric circles come out of his head in the game. Oh yeah, that's exciting. Well, I'm not going to let some stupid game prevent me from a decent Piscean human discourse. Meet Slippy. He's my new buddy that I took around my hometown. Slippy and me became fast friends. Loved the view. Which is more than I can say for the graphics in Aquaman. The word I like to use is dull. The only effort seems to have been put into Aquaman's golden, flowing mullet. And these are what pass for cutscenes. Comic book panels without sound, but you can add your own.
Arthur, you must stop him. You cannot allow this man to continue to attack Atlantis or us.
He will not of that, you can be sure. Slippy and I had far better conversations. We talked about his life in the ocean and even called some family. As I said before, virtually all you do in Aquaman is fight bad guys. Sometimes to deactivate bombs, and other times to rescue these Tom of Finland rejects. You'd expect then that the combat might be half decent at least. This is the highlight. The controls are mushy, and some combos require an absurd amount of memorization. Not that it matters. Just hit some buttons, move on, hit some buttons. There's some sub-levels to break things up. The best way to describe them is imagine something fun, then take away the fun part. Speaking of fun, Slippy and I were having a blast until we went to the wrong part of town. After that, he started to act surly. I think he had too much water.
No.
Aquaman is one of the worst games to come out this year. It has just enough elements to qualify as a game, and no more. There is not one interesting aspect of this title to even warrant a rental. Aquaman, the fight for Atlantis, sleeps with the fishes. A 1 out of 5. Oh, and Slippy, well, he made some comment about my hair. I made a comment about deep fat fries and big appetites. Amazing. Such a bad game, but made for such a great day.
Coming in at number 5 is Batman Dark Tomorrow. This game is a perfect example of what a bad, clunky version of Arkham Asylum would be.
Pay attention, Rocksteady, and never make this game. Number 4 is Catwoman. Man, you remember how horrible that movie with Halle Berry was?
You watched that?
It's Halle Berry in a catsuit. It should have been awesome, right? It was not awesome. And this game, worse than that movie.
Coming in at number 3 is the next play favorite, Aquaman, Battle for Atlantis. We still have a Gold Master and a preview build of this game. It means that much to us.
Wow. Number 2 is a recent entry, Thor God of Thunder. That game.
Yeah, told you there. But really, the worst superhero game ever is Superman 64.
Yikes.
Suicide rates spiked dramatically after the game's release. Coincidence?
I think not, Adam.
And it cost $70.
Stupid.
Lair for the PS3 seems to have everything you could want in a fantasy epic. Massive armies, religious fervor, latent homosexual subtext.
Rome. It's what we always wanted.
And as everyone knows by now, there are dragons. Lots and lots of dragons. Flying dragons, running dragons, and invisible dragons that live in a cave in Passamaquoddy and toast marshmallows for you. Nah, I'm just kidding. Disney wouldn't let Factor 5 use Pete's dragon in Lair. You play Roan, a dragon rider in the Dragon Corps of the Dragon-Loving Society of Asilia. Your god-fearing nation is at odds with the Mokai, a machine-minded people who seem to have a small beef with your religious doctrine. War erupts and you're called up to duty, despite your doubts about Asilia's motives for the conflict.
I won't be part of this!
Most of the game takes place on the back of your dragon. You have a few basic attacks from the air. Like Jerry Falwell outside a Beaglad conference, you'll shoot fire and brimstone from the mouth most of the time. Sometimes you'll get to charge through troops on the ground, and occasionally you'll have to grapple one-on-one with other dragons, but those contests are more boring and easy to win than a Canadian election. In fact, there's not much here that doesn't repeat over and over again. All of the missions generally follow the same script. If you deviate even a little from what the game wants you to do, the mission fails.
No survivors.
And furthermore, your dragon is harder to control than, well, probably an actual dragon. The 6-axis controller is used to steer rather than a joystick or directional pad, but it's just plain unresponsive. When you're not violently shaking it up and down like a recalcitrant toddler, you're hurling it across the room, and it's only after it hits the apex of a graceful arc and slams into the wall between your framed Sin City 1 sheet and the wall-mounted plasma TV that the game finally registers that you want your dragon to dive, damn it. Dive and take out that power station. There are some bright spots, though. The music is surprisingly rich. We'd buy this soundtrack before any new derivative John Williams French horn fest. The cutscenes are also fun, the artwork is beautiful, and the voice acting isn't over the top. But you know there's a problem when you can't wait to put down the controller and not play the game for a while.
It makes no sense.
We wanted Lair to be really, really good. Heck, just the idea of battling dragons is cool enough on its own. But cool ideas by themselves never got the job done before. Just ask John DeLorean. Lair gets a 2 out of 5.